el derecho de vivir. Poeta Ho Chi Minh, que golpea de Vietnam a toda la humanidad. Ningún cañón borrará el surco de tu arrozal, el derecho de vivir en paz.
Thank you very much. Good evening, everyone. Dear sisters, brothers, friends, comrades. First of all, I would like to thank for the invitation, for having us here today on this celebration. And also I would like to thank previous speakers that have mentioned Cuba as an example of solidarity. Solidarity with Vietnam, solidarity with Nicaragua, solidarity with Haiti, with Palestine, with Puerto Rico, with the poorest people all over around the world. But at the same time, we have received a lot of solidarity from people, from sisters, from brothers all over around the world, and we really appreciate from the bottom of our heart. So thank you very much for the invitation. It is both an honor and a profound privilege to speak today as we gather to celebrate a historic milestone, the 50th anniversary of the victory of peace in Vietnam. This moment not only marks the end of a long and heroic struggle by the Vietnamese people, but also reminds us of the enduring spirit of solidarity and international friendship, particularly the deep, unshakable bonds between Cuba and Vietnam. Half a century ago, in 1975, the Vietnamese people achieved a monumental victory. A victory not only arms, but of will and unity. The end of the war, sharing a new era of independence, peace, and national unification. And throughout this journey, Cuba stood side by side with Vietnam, not just in words, but in meaningful acts of solidarity and support. Our historical leader, Fidel Castro, once stated, and I quote, "For Vietnam, Cuba is willing to shed its own blood," end of quote. These words were not mere rhetoric. They embody the profound commitment that Cuba had and continues to have to the Vietnamese cause. In 1973, at the height of conflict, Fidel Castro became the first foreign leader to set foot in the liberated zone of South Vietnam. His presence there was a powerful symbol, a declaration that Cuba's solidarity was unwavering even in the most difficult times. Since then, our nations have nurtured a relationship built on mutual respect, shared ideals, and a common vision for a just world. Both Cuba and Vietnam have walked unique paths shaped by resistance, resilience, and revolution. We have stood firm against foreign interference, defended our sovereignty, and pursued development with our people at the heart of every effort. Today, we cooperate across a wide spectrum, from agriculture and healthcare to science, education, biotechnology, and construction. In every multilateral forum, Vietnam and Cuba have stood together to defend international law, the principle of sovereignty, and the right of every people to determine their own destiny. We deeply appreciate in this regard the unwavering support of Vietnam in our demand for the end of the US blockade against Cuba. This 50th anniversary is a moment to honor our past, but also to look to the future. A future in which our two countries continue to deepen ties, through economic collaboration, cultural exchange, and political trust. We live in a world where multiple crises converge, but the friendship between Cuba and Vietnam reminds us that international solidarity it is not only possible, but a foundation upon which peace can be built even in the most difficult times. Today, we remember this precious truth and celebrate the fact that through 50 years of peace, Cuba and Vietnam have preserved and defended our common ideals together. We wish the people and government of Vietnam many more years of peace and prosperity. Thank you very much.